What's up? Black men can't be promiscuous if they want a high quality family. Now, before I get into the video, I do have a school community for us black men to get to know each other, connect, and really help each other elevate and build each other up and to come together in unity. If you're interested in that, the link for that will be in the comments of this video, the description of this video, and if you click on my channel in the bio section, you'll see the link for that. So click on that, check that out. Back to the video. Now, when you observe and when you try to learn from other people around you, like I did, you start to see that a lot of black men have low quality dysfunctional families, either ones that they were born into or ones that they created. And I think it's patterns that I see that cause this. And I would say the heart of it is really a man being promiscuous and a man not controlling his sexual energy enough to where he finds a woman where the family is functional and a family is like a productive family, a family that's good for the family. You get what I'm saying? And you have a lot of families where it's so dysfunctional. Nobody's together, nobody supporting each other, nobody showing love to each other, nobody showing anybody guidance, you know. And I think that in my own life I had a family where it was for the most part it was really a good family. I lived in the house with my mom and my dad my whole entire life. And I think that there's so much benefit that a lot of people don't understand when it comes to how you feel about yourself when you were raised with both parents in the household. And I think that that's very powerful, but that's not the only thing. You just having both parents in the household doesn't mean you have a high quality family. But that does mean that it's better than most if you have both of your parents in your family, in my opinion. But I would say for us to have more high quality families, we have to have the men to stop being promiscuous, and we have to have more men who care about themselves more and they're focused on something bigger and something better. You know, they need to have a goal in life because mind you, bro, I've seen guys who will pick on you if you don't have a if you're not being like them, if you're not promiscuous like them, they're gonna pick on you and look down on you. And a lot of these dudes I see, they sleep with a lot of women, but they don't have a life goal. They don't have nothing that they really want to achieve in life. And I think truly, as a man, nothing really can fulfill you more than chasing your goal and fulfilling your purpose in life and your goals in life. And I think that that's something that very few men actually get to experience because a lot of us don't reach our goals and we give up on ourselves and we think that because I think it's a lot of times it's a coping mechanism when somebody is like, well, I just got my family and that's all that's really important. I think family is extremely important, but for you as a man to say that is your purpose, just your family is just your purpose, then it's like what was your purpose before you had a family? You know, what about just you by yourself? And that's the things that I think about. Like me by myself, I have a goal and I have a purpose in life, and it's important for me not to give up on myself, but it's also important me not to distract myself with things that will hurt me, that are disguised in the impoverished areas in the black community as something good. You know, being promiscuous is seen as something like, oh, that's good, like that's, oh, he getting a woman, that's you know. And I think that that's not something that should be uh accepted into the black community. And I think that that's something that's going to be very hard to try to switch culturally and get us away from that, purely because it's just normalized. It's normalized now to have a friends with benefits to a situationship or, you know, a sneaky link, like just sleeping with people, not having no relationship or anything. And I think that when you're looking for somebody, it's something where I just can't. I know I can't be promiscuous purely because I've seen the pattern too much and what it's led to. And I think that could it be very few men who can manage multiple women and be with multiple women and that be all right? Probably, but I think that that is probably a man who um that's a rare man. I feel like if he can manage multiple women at the same time, like as far as being in their relationship, because I'm not a person that believes in like being polyamorous myself, but I think that it's other men who kind of are in that lane. But that's not even the point. The point that I'm trying to make is that you not being able to control the people you sleep with and you're just addicted to sex, that's going to open up a door where you're going to create dysfunctional families. You're not going to be around to raise your kids like that. And also you got to just be careful who you're sleeping with, because a lot of these girls won't care about you and then they'll move, and you just be surprised. I just look at my daily life, bro. I look at my daily life and I see how many single moms it is, and it's like the dad is not even around. Like the dad isn't even there, right? So I think that it starts off by controlling your sexual energy as a black man, but when you start getting into a relationship or relationships with women, you have to understand it's not that I'm saying promiscuity is a thing where it's just gonna destroy you, but I am saying it's a thing where you're gonna be more prone to having dysfunctional families if you are promiscuous, right? So I think that your approach to things just needs to be very smart and very practical, not just not caring, not having a plan, not having any structure around, how you sleep with women and when you're gonna sleep with a woman. And the nature of it, as far as, are you looking for a relationship, are you looking for this, are you looking for that? I think i think that any woman you even consider sleeping with, even if you might not be there, even if you don't know that you're gonna be with that person long term, you need to always still be a person where you're not just sleeping with anybody, and the girl still has like good qualities to her, and she's um an honest person, or just a person you could actually see yourself having a child with. I think that that should be considered every time you sleep with any woman, and I just think that that's just a pattern I've seen, and I know I can't repeat that because it'll put me in the same cycle that every other black man is in, who has kids and stuff. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out.